Annecy, France. Getting some counsel and advice on the tea business. Gained a lot of valuable insight into branding. And it's a good meeting. I'm going to take you guys on a tour now of Annecy, where it's home of Solomon. And it's November. I'm gonna miss Thanksgiving this year because of work. But I do get to do this run. So I think nothing in life is perfect. But it snowed last night. Hope you guys enjoy the scenery. Lovely homes in the area. Look at that. Beautiful. This is the place where Solomon was born. Those of you familiar with their ski wear or their trail running, or even their very popular now footwear. It's a stylish brand. Was born here. And their innovations has led to the development of trail running at an unprecedented rate, and obviously ski sports. It's a French company. It's a little nippy today. It's probably close to 35 degrees. It's 7 in the morning. I got a flight tonight to another meeting in Spain. All about tea. Performance tea, I call it tea. That's extremely helpful to our human body. That's grown organically. That farmers, more like scientists, I'm working with scientists that are farmers, which is interesting. Younger generation. Very exciting new generation of farmers now in their 30s that are really hyper focused on producing tea without a lot of the deleterious materials or even fertilizers, pesticides that are so common in farming practices, where farms had to cater to, millions of people. And unfortunately, because of that, sometimes they have to resort to practices that may impact human health. At the end of the day, they're trying to sell you a product. These younger farmers in Taiwan managed to create micro farms. So they're not big farms. Like, think of it kind of like a plot of land like that. And they've been creating a unique recipe together with some leading scientists, where they started this process almost 20 years ago. And now, 20 years later, they're starting to see the fruits of their labor. And I've been trying this tea, looking at the lab reports, and I found its remarkable capability of really reducing my inflammatory markers. I drink it 3-4 times a day, and I find it almost like it's just changed my metabolism changed for me, okay? I'm not saying this was happening to you, but it's been just extremely beneficial. It's like I've found something special to humans that humans have been taking for 4,000 years, but we, because of our lifestyle and because of how much we are so addicted to speed, making a pot of tea today is kind of nuanced, right? You know, you're resorting to tea bags, you're resorting to boba tea, and when you make tea that way, there are a lot of chemicals in the tea bags paired with much of the tea grown in certain countries without fair practices. And that tea is then ultimately consumed by you daily. And some of it is poisonous. This isn't a threat. What I've learned through the discovery of this tea company that we are avidly building. And there are lots of us around the world who are interested in this project because it remains a elixir for human health that I think has been underserved in Western world for at least 100 years. Tea was the most popular drink in certain parts of the world not that long ago. However, today it's still the second most consumed drink in the world, second to water. So it's not something that hasn't stand the test of time. It certainly has. But the question remains, why are we Americans not drinking tea? Why are we drinking the type of tea that's least beneficial to our health? Processed iced tea with lots of sugar, or tea produced in certain countries, mass produced, injected with fertilizers that accelerate growth so that they can deliver this tea in volume to places where they mix the tea up with milk and other ingredients and serve it to you as a health drink. I really think that's been an issue. When you drink sustainable tea that's been made by farmers who use fertilizers that are organic. I mean, there's literally like an entire ecosystem swimming in the soil, creating tea, Camellia sinensis, that when you steep into a cup, provides you the sweetness you never thought existed in tea, provides you really calm, stable energy that you've really never experienced before through coffee or pills or Red Bull. And I promise you, the cost benefit is actually cheaper than, energy drinks, where you pay $3, $4, and you consume it once throughout the day, and then you end up having to buy more again. It's kind of insane, if you ask me about it. We're going to write today. This is their popular bike path, a little local track. So, what happened to tea that was designed to be steeped in hot water, that wasn't artificially created to provide you the combination of caffeine, L-theanine, which is an amino acid that reduces anxiety? What causes these wonderful combinations of super ingredients in tea? Well, a lot of it that I discovered, found out, not only has to do with the soil, but also has to do with the elevation. Tea tastes remarkably different when you get tea closer to the cloud line, because when it gets a little cooler, the tea has to work a little harder to fend off the elements to keep itself alive. And that process allows the tea to actually become more flavorful. Really phenomenal. And as a result of that type of tea, because the tea has to be responsive to its environment in a certain way, it's sweeter, has higher polyphenols, it has higher nutrients in terms of catechins, in terms of therarubins. Many different qualities are connected to that cup of tea. And what you will start to understand, and as I bring these teas into the Western market, is that the different color of the tea, starting from green tea all the way to a darker red tea, carries with itself different medicinal properties that you would otherwise really never see on its own. So, what does that mean? Well, what that means is when you're drinking tea, you probably want to drink tea that have a variety of colors, right? So we've gone ahead and we're currently designing the tea in the farms where they carry different benefits to human health. And so it's not what type of tea you drink or that one tea you drink daily, but it's the type of tea you want to drink according to your needs that day. For myself, I'm drinking a lot of green tea right now. Lighter spectrum green tea fights my inflammatory markers. And when I wake up in the morning to run, and I need sometimes a bit more oomph but stable energy, I'll go to a specific type of red tea that we make. And so those elements and how we wither the tea, the withering process, which is extracting the water from the tea, and then what you do is you dry the tea, is different for the different types of tea we produce. It's really cool. So I'm here in Annecy seeking higher power on what's the best way to introduce that type of tea to our consumers so that they can understand the benefits. And I think we have some good answers. So, very excited to share that with everyone. During the summer, Annecy is sort of like, well, it's not, it's like a playground for the French who enjoys mountain sports and lake sports. There's a big lake over there, which it's famous for. Should be able to get a glimpse here shortly. See all that? You see the view.